There's nothing more frustrating than adding compost to your garden year after year, only to see your plants struggle, your soil stay pale and lifeless, and your harvest underwhelm. Compost is supposed to be the magic bullet for soil health. So why does it sometimes fail? If this sounds like your garden, you're not alone. Many gardeners unknowingly make the same mistake, relying solely on compost without restoring the microbial life that truly makes soil thrive. But there's a simple, natural fix, and it starts with two overlooked materials: fermented leaf mold and barley biochar. Let's dig into why compost alone isn't always enough, and how combining it with these two amendments can bring even the most exhausted soil back to life. Why compost alone doesn't revive dead soil. Compost is rich in organic matter and it does provide nutrients to soil. But it isn't always a microbial powerhouse, especially if it's overcooked, stored too long, or poorly made. Commercial compost in particular is often sterilized or heavily processed, killing off most of the beneficial fungi, bacteria, and protozoa that plants depend on. Even homemade compost, if not aerated or balanced properly, may contain few active microbes. Dead soil is not just a matter of nutrient deficiency, it's an ecosystem collapse. Without microbial life, roots can't communicate with soil. Nutrients stay locked up, organic matter sits there, inert. Water drains poorly or evaporates too quickly. In this condition, compost acts more like a mulch than a living amendment. That's why many gardeners are shocked to see dry, compacted beds even after generous applications of compost. To truly wake up dead soil, you need to rebuild its living web. And that requires more than just nitrogen and carbon. It actually requires the right biology. Enter fermented leaf mold. When leaves decay naturally on a forest floor, they form a dark, spongy material that's absolutely teeming with fungi and beneficial bacteria. This is leaf mold in its rawest, most alive form. But when you ferment it before applying, you really supercharge its microbial load. Fermenting leaf mold involves collecting partially decomposed fall leaves, adding a bit of sugar or starch, like rice water or molasses, and then allowing it to ferment for several days to a few weeks. The process cultivates a diverse population of microbes, especially fungal species that are often missing from garden compost. When added to dead soil, this fermented matter doesn't just feed microbes, it delivers them directly. It colonizes the soil almost immediately, especially when applied after rain or deep watering. Within days, gardeners often notice improved soil texture, darker color, and even the return of earthworms. The second ingredient to pair with fermented leaf mold is barley biochar. Biochar is a charcoal-like substance made by burning organic material like barley straw in a low-oxygen environment. Unlike ash, which is chemically reactive, biochar is stable for hundreds of years. What makes it powerful is its structure. Biochar is porous, which means it acts like a condominium for microbes. When soaked in compost tea or leaf mold extract before application, it becomes a microbial hotel, delivering a stable, protected home for fungi and bacteria. This ensures that microbial colonies not only enter your soil but stay there, protected from extreme temperatures and drought. Barley biochar also improves soil aeration and water retention. For gardeners struggling with clay, sand, or compacted soil, it helps create a loamy, crumbly structure that roots love. Its high surface area means it slowly releases nutrients and moisture, supporting plant health during tough summer spells. So how do you actually apply this duo for fast results? Well, to restore dead soil using this method, you'll want to start by soaking your barley biochar in a mix of fermented leaf mold, extract, and water. Let it sit for at least 24 hours just to make sure it's fully charged with microbial life. Next, spread that inoculated biochar over your garden bed and mix it lightly into the top 2 to 4 inches of soil. After that, go ahead and follow up with a fresh layer of moist fermented leaf mold. It's really important to water deeply after you apply everything, or you can apply just before a rain. This step helps the microbes settle into their new environment and makes sure the soil stays nice and moist while they recolonize. If your soil is severely degraded, you'll want to repeat this process once a season. Within about a week, you may notice the soil darkening, and it'll start becoming more crumbly and moist. Plants might begin to perk up as their root tips find those zones packed with microbial activity. Over time, you'll see stronger root systems, better plant color, and honestly, way fewer problems with compaction or runoff. Soil is not just a medium to hold roots, it's actually a living system. Like a gut microbiome, it really needs a balanced and diverse population of microbes to function well. Adding compost is kind of like eating food, but if your gut has no bacteria, the food just won't be digested. Fermented leaf mold is the probiotic and biochar is the stomach lining that protects and feeds the system. When gardeners shift from viewing soil as a static material to a dynamic ecosystem, everything changes. Problems like nutrient lockout, fungal diseases, and drought stress become manageable. Plants grow faster, look healthier, and produce more. And all of it can begin with 2 low-cost natural materials you can make or gather yourself. So next time your compost doesn't work, consider what it might be missing. Add fermented leaf mold and biochar and watch your soil come back to life. If you found this guide helpful, be sure to subscribe to Botanical Bliss and share this video with fellow gardeners who are tired of dead dirt. Let's bring the soil back to life, one bed at a time.